they were.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It turned out nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
we said they weren't free.
Well, it's hanging on the wall, right?
Yeah, it's hanging on the wall.
Good.
You know what?
So that
I
one
heard that guy.
you gave me last meeting?
Wow.
I think he was a rich guy.
No,
in the Navy.
you should see, the reason we know each other is all the pictures he had. You should see,
Oh, that's where you have all the historical, historical stuff, right?
yeah.
He lived in Hawaii before he came here.
He doesn't remember where he got it though, you know.
I couldn't tell you. Could not tell you.
I'll tell you a funny story.
Is that here?
Was that?
At Carlson?
No.
No, I haven't seen him. I'll tell you a funny story. So the boat I was on was Spadefish, 13th class. And I think probably like a lot of the newer, especially the new boats, where possible, they have the original, if it was renamed, you know, there was a World War II version of Spadefish 411. And we had their battle flag framed up in our mess decks. It was on the wall. And I think that's true of a lot of these boats. What I came to find out, fast forward, I don't know, 30 years later, I'm watching that show, the Antiques Roadshow, right? And somebody shows up with a framed
Is that right?
battle flag from USS Spadefish. I'm going,
How did you get a hold of that?
that's what I said. I come to find out that he said his father was a crew member in World War II. And at the end of the war, all the crew members got a copy of it. So it was a copy. That copy, by the way, was worth about $3,000 at the time.
Really? Wow.
And then I went to, you ever been to the museum up at the Ling?
Lane?
Remember where the Ling was up in Hackensack? They had a little museum building and had all kinds of memorabilia there. And one of the things they had was a copy, same copy hanging on the wall. And I'm like, so that's true. So all the crew members got one, but the original one was hanging in our mess decks.
I'll be darned.
Fast forward, that boat was decommed in 95, early 90s. There was a crew member who was very offended because Spadefish, there was a picture of a blackfish leaning on a shovel, and the ace of spades, it had all those implications, I guess. And they ended up moving it, from what I heard from one of the people in the decom crew, they ended up moving it from the mess decks into the wardroom and put something else in its place. But a lot of those things I think St. Mary's has, and there are even some, I think in maybe one of the Smithsonian Institutes, because most of those were designed by Disney. Walt Disney did a lot of the designs, and a lot of famous artists did the designs of these World War II battle flags, not just submarines, but submarines in particular. It's a whole collector thing, right? Like, people are really into that.
We had a plaque on our bow, USS Irex, and it went up in the museum in the Groton. That's where that
St. Mary's, I think, has a bunch of stuff too down south.
I stopped there for the fountain, we came back from Florida. That is incredible, museum, if you were doing research, they had filing cabinets full of logs and all kinds of stuff.
Well, 2 weeks ago, I found, it's interesting, the SS United States was being moved from
Oh,
Philadelphia.
that's right, yeah.
And they moved that. There was an hour-long YouTube about the whole thing. People were lined up all over the Delaware River, taking pictures of the thing. Gonna go down that.
You know that one bridge that goes over the Delaware, the Commodore Barry Bridge?
Yeah.
This was in the 90s, and I'm driving over the bridge, and all these cars are parked on the side. I pull over, and I get out, and I look over, and it was the Kitty Hawk. It was going right under it at the time. And these people were prepared for it. I just dumb luck, I was going by. But you know what the deck was covered with? Cars and RVs, and I guess because they were changing stations also.
Yeah, they're probably here for the SAR thing, right? They refurbed a bunch of carriers in Philadelphia.
And they were on their way to the new station.
Yeah, Kennedy, Auburn, Kitty Hawk, bunch of them over there. Hey, Wayne, how many of those cookies are left?
The whole mess of not this type stuff, they're now $7.
Did you pump your buddy down there with cookies, the aggressive guy?
Alan, how you doing, sir? How you doing? When I left, you say he doesn't like you.
I don't give a shit. I get in line, there's a whole boatload of people who don't like me, don't worry about it, I don't need any more friends.
I told him,
don't friends.
I told him, don't listen to our conversations, dude.
First of all, he was eavesdropping.
And he was, yeah.
And second of all, I didn't say anything disparaging about anything. He's like, how do you think that's okay? I said, I didn't say it was okay, I was just commenting on the fact that Jamie Vance said, have you ever said thank you? I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Guy wants to argue about politics. I said, I have a beard and I walk away. Like,
You can argue with this guy.
I even started.
I did. We were talking about straight, when he's sitting behind.
He just felt the need to jump in the conversation.
Where'd you get those numbers at? I said, we're Trump lovers, that's why.
Don't even get involved with it.
No, that's what I told him. I
Don't
said,
even get
I
involved.
told him that twice. I said, I don't
I
know.
know.
We said expression, you shouldn't discuss religion or politics in polite company.
I have a better one. I refuse to have a battle with an unarmed person.
Well, you can't call VFW polite company though.
I gotta do that. How many, what kind of?
Three, we started.
Don't you remember? Don't you remember?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't read that stuff.
You start with 3, we'll leave.
Down there or something? It's over.
We still-
Yeah, there was a Girl Scout. Oh, yeah.
No, I still have, I'll bring that up tonight. I still have 2 packs. I have 2 packs of the, Wawas. We can order.
Yeah.
It fit. I used to work in Rochester. I got 2 packs left, like I said. The last 2, I just bought one and,
And we're allowed to
yeah,
order again.
I'm gonna order them again, if it's up to the membership, you know, but I will not go without the authorization.
We haven't lost money on.
No, well, this is,
You gotta try to sell them to other people though, that's the issue, you know?
I give them away, like,
No, but I mean, other people.
Alan gave them away to all the people here.
I gave 15 of them away to all the people who helped me through cardiac therapy.
Exactly.
This is
I'm
what
not
I,
saying people buying should be other people.
my niece, 51 years old, had a, what they call it, the widow maker. They kind of clean out her, put the word out, artery or something, I mean, it's a bad heart
But
attack.
like I say,
I didn't have a heart
have the
attack.
authorization.
I didn't have a heart, I just had blood also.
Now, she, oh yeah, she had some kind of blood, because luckily she works in the hospital, and as a nurse, you got her right to the,
We have in the back here,
got the block,
And-
yeah.
he had.
January the 4th, I had it done.
In California.
I woke up and recovered, I'm still alive.
I want to try and get the same thing, but I'd like to use him again because everything we have here is. Right.
What do you need, Matt? Jesus. Yeah.
Exactly.
What do you need?
All right, I got 731. Copy what I vote. Watch your ears, guys. Submariner's prayer, so back, everybody got one? Almighty,
everlasting God, protector of all who put their trust in thee, hear our prayers on behalf of thy servants, the sailor vessel beneath the seas. We beseech thee to keep in thy sustaining care all who are submarines, that they may be delivered from the hidden dangers of the deep. Grant them the courage and the devotion to fulfill their duties, that they may better serve thee and their native land. Though acquainted with the depths of the ocean, deliver them from the depths of despair. Dark hours, glasses, tremendous, and good ship's spirit. Bless all their kindred and loved ones, from whom they are separated. When they surface their ships, may they praise thee, for they are there as well as in the deep. Fill them with thy spirit, that they may be sure in their reckonings, unwavering in duty, high in purpose, while upholding the honor of their nation. Amen.
USS Barbell, USS Shark, USS Amberjack, USS Greyback, USS Trout. You want to read?
Okay, this is the Creed of the United States.
I'm over the side, number 4. She didn't put it in.
There it is.
Here it is.
Yes, not mine, I got the other one.
You got the old. There's a port of return.
Yeah, you got the old one.
You want to read it?
Yeah, I'll read it.
Number 4. Right below the.
This is a moment of silence. There is a port of no return, where ships may ride a anchor for a little space, and then, some starless night, the cable slips, leaving an eddy at the mooring place. Gulls fear no longer, sailors rest your oar, No tangled wreckage will be washed ashore. Okay, now the Creed of the United States Submarine Veterans Incorporated. To perpetuate the memory of our shipmates who gave their lives in the pursuit of their duties while serving their country, that their dedication, deeds, and supreme sacrifice be a constant source of motivation toward greater accomplishments. Pledge loyalty and patriotism to the United States Constitution.
Thank you, sir. Pledge allegiance, people. If you have a hat, you can.
I
pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Guys. Okay, everyone have a seat, please.
Before we do the introduction,
We'll do it just after.
Okay.
Do it just after. All right. Pardon me. Introduction to members and guests. Mr. Gary, would you start?
Jim Gary, USS Iris, SS 482. I qualified August the 5th, 1964 in New London, Rockland, Connecticut.
I'm Bob Gross. I qualified on USS Tecumseh, SSBN 628 Blue Crew in June of 66 down South Pacific.
Jim Madden, I qualified on the USS George Bancroft, SSBN 643 Blue in March of 1989.
Wayne McCallus qualified on the USS Blenny, SS 324, Brighton, Connecticut, 1967.
Alan Brown, qualified on the Casimir Pulaski Gold Crew in 1965. I was a Sims Tech.
Glenn McAllis, U.S. Army, Kennebec War, 1968, 1970, associate member.
Bill Elliott qualified in USS John Marshall Gold in 1971. Also served on Nautilus 571 after 6 patrols, and also spent some time with Trumpetfish 426.
Thank you, sir.
Bill Nguyen qualified USS Faithfish, SSN 668, April 81, up north, under the ice.
Chris Vincent, USS Medley, USS 377, San Diego, USS Nathan Hale, USS Pargo, USS Pargy, USS Batfish.
Whoa. Whoa.
That's how you get 2 stars right there.
Thank you, Jen. Again, I bring it up every meeting. We honor the service of our WW2 veterans. And we, Louis, don't see, we have gentleman down South Jersey. He doesn't belong with us, but he comes out to different things. I can't, Chris, what's his name? Do you remember?
Spar.
Yeah, Kenny Spar.
Kenny Spar.
Kenny Spar. My goodness. Kenny Spar, and he's, as you were speaking earlier about, you used to have the pig roast. Ken used to always turn around. He's, what are you gonna do? Have a picnic? Well, it's easier said than done anymore.
Yeah, it is.
So, but our WW2 members, Calvin was our last member, it was 100 years old, and, you know, if it wasn't for them,
Right?
if it
War
was,
in 45, you have to be, the last World War II Army vets that were some of my employees enlisted and lied about their age who were 14, and they're all gone. So,
Wow, there's not many left.
I mean, it can't be a half a dozen in the state.
if it wasn't for the WW2 people, we wouldn't be here.
My comp that I qualified under was WW2. It took him 40 years to get 20 years in the Navy. Kept getting out and opening machine shops. And he just passed away recently. He was a World War II guy.
Anything else, sir? Secretary's report. Oh, Jim, please.
Regular meeting minutes, New Jersey Bay South, USS VI, Friday, January 24th, 2024, 5. Yardville, New Jersey, 1930 hours in the VFW building. Officers present, Bob Gross, Wade Shawish, Jim Madden, and James Garrett. Call to order, prayer, flag salute, calling the votes, introductions of members present and guests, honor World War II vets. Medical list, Jonathan Antonio, Dave Lucas, and Charlie Gromick. Departed, James E. Carter. Present. Minutes of November meeting read by secretary and approved by members present. Treasurer's report given by James Gary, CD of $16,402.46, a checking account of $6,946.75, a scholarship fund of $4,483.58, total treasury of $27,832.79. Report accepted as read by members present. Committee reports, membership, C. Vincent, approximately 115 members. Ways and Means, Dave Lucas, no report. Ed Carlson has more hoodies on the way. Scholarship, Guy Doherty, applications out. License plate, Ed Carlson, one application out. New Jersey Eagle Scout Program, Chris Vincent, no report. Old business, use membership cards, promote our organization. We need a volunteer for chaplain and newsletter. The USS VI scholarship is open. It's for eligible children and grandchildren. No new business, none. See stories, none. For the good of the order, none. Meeting closed with prayer by Commander. Chief of the boat, Ed Carlson, sound and surface. James Madden, Secretary, New Jersey Bay South, USS VI.
Do we have any additions or corrections to the Secretary's report? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept them.
Make a motion to accept that,
Do I
right?
hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes carried. Treasurer's report, Mr. Gary, please.
We still have one CD, $16,532. It's 4.75% and it's due March 25th. Our checking account is $7,197. The scholarship fund is $4,484. That's in a savings account and it earns 0.1%. I'll talk about that in a second. Our total revenue to date is $468 and our expenses are $55, so our profit is $413. I don't think we're going to have an expenditure out of the scholarship fund within the next 6 months. Is that correct? I mean, we're not going to spend any money. So I don't want to create a problem as far as making decisions, but I just want to give you an opportunity here. First Commerce has a 6-month CD at 4.25%. So I was thinking taking $3,000 out of the scholarship fund and still keep it in a scholarship fund account, but put it in a CD for 6 months at 4.25%. And it's not going to generate, significant amount of interest, but, that
On $3,000.
I don't know. So if you want me to do that, I could do that.
And in a pinch, you could just borrow from the general fund.
Yeah, if you needed to, yeah. So, I mean, the only reason I'm suggesting is we don't need the money.
No.
So in 6 months.
At this point in time, we do not need it, no.
So here's the other thing. Now, we got one CD coming due in March. And the new rates at First Commerce, 6 months is 4.25%. So interest rates are going down. In other words, just to give you an idea, they have an 18-month CD of 4%, a 17-month CD of 4.15, and a 12-month of 4.15, which means they think interest rates are going down in the future. That's why they're giving you a higher rate for 6 months, worth extending it out. Now, I want to interject, it's a little sophisticated, some people may be uncomfortable, but if, like Vanguard is a brokerage, a mutual fund company that has CDs. They have 10, 12-month CDs at 4.25 with the Bank of America for 10 to 12 months. So I don't know. You think I should take the $16,000 and maybe keep 5,000 in 6 months at 4.25, and the balance put it into a CD with Vanguard at Bank of America for 4.25%. So we're stratifying the investment. In other words, I'm protecting my money if we have something that's going to happen in 6 months. I got money available in 6 months, which would be maybe $5,000, and the balance I can invest at a 10 or 12-month period and get a higher, get the same rate. So I want you to think about it. If you want me to do that, I could do that. But a lot of people feel uncomfortable doing stuff like that. And that's fine. If one person is uncomfortable, then we don't do it. That's my thought. Okay. So I want to throw it out and.
Is there any,
You always have that checking account.
is there any conversation on this though? That's the whole thing.
In the past, have you ever had an emergency come up?
No, we never.
Never had.
We
Never
never
had.
had.
Never had.
That's,
Never had, no.
Not since I've been in 92, no.
And I would offer that CD money has been rolling over as long as I've been a member here.
Yeah, yes, sir.
If you can go secure a
Couple more.
steady income, yeah, might as well do it.
Yeah, go for it.
So tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll take $3,000.
Well, let's get a motion.
Let's make a motion.
I make them,
Make a motion to follow
Treasurer
Jim's
uses
directions. I make a motion to follow what Jim wants to do with the money. Okay.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
okay, so tomorrow I'll take 3 and put it in a 6-month CD at 4.25. And then we're not gonna have a meeting before March 25th. And what I'll do is I'll talk to Bob.
Yes.
And tell him what I'm doing as far as putting, in other words, I'll roll over the CD in March, $5,000, I'll put in 6 months. At First Commerce. And then we'll put the balance of money with Vanguard in an insured CD.
Okay.
Guaranteed. Yeah, guaranteed,
Okay.
for, 4.25.
All right, since we're not gonna have a meeting before this is coming up, do we have the authorization from the membership that are here to do this, so we can maximize our?
That's the CD we're talking about.
Yes, yes, sir.
The 16,500.
Correct.
Go.
Because
Make a motion.
Do it, do it.
Okay, okay, entertain, let's take care of the other one first. All in favor of the 3,000?
We can vote on it.
Okay. Now, for the other one, you need a motion to.
Make a motion.
Motion to accept Jim's suggestion.
Second the motion.
Okay, second,
Second the motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, okay, Jim.
For brevity, I'm gonna say treasurer's investments approved by members present.
That's correct.
Right.
For
Investment,
reinvestment
yeah.
into
Because
CD.
everybody's listed on, who was at the meeting.
Investment recommendations approved.
Sounds good.
I've been here 10 years, so you could easily tell me to shut my home. What level of dues, how many people pay dues? I've got a thing here that says life member, where somebody hit me up and says, hey, you pay $130 now, you don't have to pay dues. Do I owe you dues? And what are the dues, and what sort of dues do we have?
Jim, you can talk to Jim,
Party
and,
membership.
and we'll
I'm
straighten
just
out.
curious, as a whole.
Once you're a life member, you do not pay it.
But are we expecting more revenues in from some of the 110 people that aren't here?
No,
No.
Okay.
No, our biggest concern is that we don't have any new members. That's our
we
biggest
need
deal.
some young, new,
Most of the 110 are life members.
correct.
Me and Jim are probably the only ones that aren't.
So when I read that magazine and I start seeing people off John Marshall, anybody, problem is the new members to USVI, you don't know where they live. And I flipped through there and looked for any of my boatmates. I just came from a very active 140-person reunion in Little Rock. And the mixture is from the youngest guys are 25, the youngest guys are 100. Yeah, the commander there was 100. And so there are people who are joining USVI all the time. The question is, and I'd be happy, not volunteering yet, but I'd be happy to bring a couple people up on the phone. Because I only just recently got into a job where I don't have to travel on Fridays. So I'll be here.
What we need, again, I don't,
Now, what is your membership status now?
I'm a lifetime member.
Okay, in national.
Well, I got a card here from South Jersey Base that says life member.
Oh,
he hasn't been here.
My ex-wife gave me the card and says, put it here with your Hong Kong membership here. I'll do something.
Who'd you get it from, Stevie Burnett?
I have no clue, Hollinger?
Steve Hollinger was the commander at the time, yes.
Yeah.
And his brother-in-law was the treasurer.
Yeah, a good guy.
Steve Burnett.
He's a sailor too, and that's how he.
They were both submariners.
Yeah, he squeezed me real hard to get that extra money out. Yes.
But no, so, yeah.
Okay, you're fine then.
But like I say, what we need, I said it downstairs, we need some young people.
And for my education, how much are the dues? If I bump into somebody who's a submariner, I see the plates all the time. I'll stop somebody on the road if I see something.
You can go on the website, you can go on the website and get their due schedule.
Okay.
USCI, the due schedule. Ours is $10 a year, and if you want 3 years, it's $25. If it's 5 years, it's $45. And life member, if you're over 65, it's $100. No, it's $50. If you're under 65, it's $100.
100 and something, yeah. I'm just out there. This year, but the national dues are cheaper. I do like $35. It's nothing. We're not generating a bunch of revenue from the
No.
dues.
Here's a little
That's the
perspective.
bottom line, right?
This is our notes from January 2015, 10 years ago.
Okay.
We had 176 members, so we had, 60 more members, and our treasury back then was $19,000. So there has been an improvement in the past 10 years of a lot of money, but we're losing members.
Well, the big thing now, we don't have the newsletter, which was,
And lunch and Bill, when we used to go over to John's house, and we put out the newsletter. And,
I printed it for years.
Bill took care of us because, like I say, it would have cost us a hell of a lot more when we put it out when John Theotonio was putting it out.
There was a guy off in Kibera that moved to Florida, 346 West, that used to do newsletter. Clever newsletter, came up with all sorts of stuff. Got good.
Cabrera, that was Frank Lucci.
Yes,
Frank Lucci, I just talked to him 6 months ago.
but he used to have a very active newsletter,
But, yeah, he's not involved down there. I tried to get him, I talked to his wife, I talked to him. His son is a member here downstairs at the VFW. Frank Lucci, very, very good. He is probably instrumental to 90% of the people who are in the space.
He used to have 4 cars, all 4 cars had something replaced. Now, the 4 cars in the junkyard, I need new plates.
Yeah. He plays well,
I think we
Eddie's not here tonight, by the way.
we need to approve the treasury report.
Yes, sir. Need the acceptance or
I make a motion
recommendation?
to,
Yeah, motion to
the
approve.
treasurer's report.
Second.
Second, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, sir.
So two things, we approve the report and we approve the recommendations.
That's correct, sir. Okay, now we're Chaplain's report. Okay, biblical list, we still got John Theotonio. John, he put out quite a newspaper here. Chris has been doing a hell of a job as the point of contact. If anybody wants to get online and to see what Chris puts out, he puts out information
all the time.
almost 2-3 times a week.
What's the URL? Because the old one used to be Bottom Guns or something like that.
That was Frank.
That's right.
That was Calucci, Bottom Guns.
Do I have your email address? Are you getting emails from me right now?
No?
Get
There's our first problem.
a hold of it.
Afterwards, let
Not
me
this moment,
talk.
not this moment, but like I say, give that to Chris. And then you'll get all the information you really need.
Super. You know, I tell the people downstairs too, because to find out when this meeting was, I've been calling during the day. And no clue.
It's right on the board.
It's bulletin board.
It's on the bulletin.
It's on the read it. Lift your head up on the phone.
You give Master Chief your email address, and you won't be lacking for anything.
If you're local, call me Master
If
Chief.
you're local, you see the out of town magazines,
Yeah, you see what it says?
we got a thing in there.
What you say?
We got a thing
Chief
in there.
petty officer, but I see
No.
stars
And it
up there.
says, you know,
Initiated and proud.
okay, let me,
Pretty nice, right?
Okay.
That was fun.
John Theotonio is on our medical list. John, I talk to once in a while. John's hard to talk to because he's not real verbal. I talk to his wife, and next thing I know, I'll get a text back. He's doing good, okay. Dave Lucas, Davey, I meant to call him this week, and Charlie Bromack. Dave Lucas lost his leg from diabetes, and smoking didn't work, but like I say, Davey, he's got his prosthesis and he's moving around pretty good. I want to get him back up. Come to a meeting. He was our Ways and Means guy. Other than that, that's who we have that I know of. If anybody knows anybody, let me know. But as I say, when we have nomination election, somebody else got to take commander, I would be glad to take care of the the chaplain's position. And we'll see what's happening. All right, thank you. Committee reports. Membership, Chris, what do you have?
114.
114?
Yep.
Okay,
Jim and I were talking about that. We don't know how, but still 114.
okay, thank you, sir. Ways and Means, Dave Lucas, well, Ed Carlson's been getting a lot of stuff. He's been getting hats. This is one of them. He's been getting jackets right here, which is really nice. Little controversy every once in a while, but we try and get it worked out. We don't order a whole bunch of stuff because Dave Lucas was our Ways and Means person, still has basket or buckets of, plastic bins of stuff. We you put the money out, you don't get rid of it. I mean, every time we had a picnic out here, Beth used to sell some of it. That's Dave's wife. Used to sell some of it. But does it behoove us to, again, get calendars? Calendars are nice. You can get them through National. But if we're gonna spend $120 or $150 and then wind up with, 40% of them still here, is it profitable? No. Are we a big base? No. If you're gonna go to Groton or something like that, they can get rid of it. Boom, 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 boom. So, for our means, what we have, it doesn't make any sense for us. If you want them, now Ed's been getting, like, again, the hats, he's been getting the jackets, the hoodies. So that's what we're trying to do right now.
There's that other aspect though, remember, he keeps track of the flags we need and the torpedo maintenance and all that.
Well, torpedo maintenance and that, you, Wayne, myself, Dave Lucas, we go out there, and there's certain things that you can do on that torpedo to get it prepared for visual. And otherwise, if you don't follow all their recommendations, they can pull it.
Is that the one in Tom's River?
No, right here, right out here in the parking lot.
What do they do with it if they pull it out of here?
They took all the stuff off the sub up in Hackensack.
All that stuff off the link.
Took all the artifacts and everything, they took, this on our property.
Yeah.
It was presented, it's been here since '94, I believe.
I think the reason that's a concern is, I served on the New Jersey battleship, was a midshipman, and was back there about 3 years ago, Veterans Day, and they had a squad that came down from New London because they found that one of the ASROC tubes was loaded. And it was a dummy ASROC, but it didn't have a live warhead, but it had a live motor in it. And it had been sitting there for years, and some Boy Scout pointed it out to them. So they went all the way through New Jersey, came up with all sorts of stuff that should have been pulled off. And so they also went out to Tom's River and checked the exploder on that torpedo, and that's probably what resulted.
Okay, because Frank Colucci's all went secured these two torpedoes, one for Tom's River and one for here. And we debated about where to have it. We wanted to put it over at Veterans Park. And they said, oh, insurance purposes, no, I can't have it. Now they got all kinds of crap. They said, you still want to bring weapons? Nope. Nope.
Well, we must have had some involvement with the one in Tom's River, because I paid for a brick with my
I
name.
got two down.
Served on, he helped do the berm, and served in the South Pacific. I had a brick for him, and they're barely visible, but they're in Tom's River.
Yeah, that's our boy Charlie. He's only been-
Charlie Romack. Charlie's the one that did all the work on that, and Charlie's health is not great.
Stick bug was on it.
Okay.
I was on a boomer, on the middle level, they had those big hatches to get to access the pistol tubes. And there was a guy that slept in berthing back there. He had a key and he stuck it in the lock, turned it, and it opened. The biggest mistake he made was telling somebody. They immediately restricted us all to the submarine. They flew out all these bigwigs from Washington DC. They had to do it was an incident. It was an incident. And he ended up going to captain's mast for tampering with a weapon And he didn't get busted in rank, but it ruined any career hopes he had, because you know how you need so many good conducts to,
There's
you know.
a lot of that, right? The Raritan Arsenal has, some stuff they took out of London that was radioactive. And I used to own a trucking company, we're in there, and all these things with magenta signs were in, there was a librarians convention, and a whole bunch of army guys in there, and they found, they said, yeah, that's at the 640, which is what, 640 was, no, one was Command A. Actually, during one of Admiral Rickover's inspections, they said, get this nuclear material off the boat, they put it on the 6.5, took it down to New Jersey, dumped it to the Raritan Arsenal. Raritan Arsenal is now civilianized, dumped it in the field. So there's a lot of history.
They used to have a drill for spill and upper level, and I remember they used to just pour cornflakes on the deck. And then they simulated something with oil, you're supposed to put oil and sweep it into
So that's,
a dust bin.
our ELT failed us the worst on that one too, because he told, Admiral Rickover said, what does heavy water look like? And he told him it looked like baby shit. Goodbye.
All right, guys. Scholarship, Guy Doherty's not here. Chris, do you have anything, do you know?
On scholarships, no, we haven't seen anything. We should be seeing, there's been 2, I've sent 2 out, but I have not gotten any response.
Oh, 2 hours out, this news, 2 hours.
Okay, good. I thought Guy might be here, because sometimes he gets up here just a little bit later, but I'm not sure where he's at. License plates, Eddie Carlson, he's not here tonight. He hasn't said anything to me, because I get emails and everything else. So if anybody needs license plates,
Speaking of license plates, who's 1691, is that you, Bill? You have a red minivan out there?
I have a red Nissan 300Z sitting in my driveway and it's got,
What did you drive here?
I have a, what's it called, a Highlander. It's got regular plates.
It's got a red car, 16 something, is it you, Chief?
No, oh, yeah, probably.
Your side door was open, I was outside on the.
Oh, okay.
I'll try to shop.
Thanks. Yeah, it was me.
Okay.
Up against the
The
torpedo.
only way we could
Yeah,
get the submarine symbol a little bit bigger, because I used to have a navigator and people hit me again and again trying to read the subscription. I probably had 10 rear-end collisions with people going like this, trying to read what the hell it says.
we're trying to get colorized plates, and we're not a big enough organization, and they keep on fighting. Guy Doherty, which is a part of the scholarship committee, he also works for DMV. And as I was telling you earlier, that we presented the license plate to the USS New Jersey, one of a kind, there'll never be another. USS, SS 796. SS, I'm sorry, SSN 796.
We have a plank owner certificate.
Plank owner ready.
Yeah, I think that's a good source of new owners, of new members, because I cover 50,000 miles a year, all in 7 counties. And I've been stopped dozens of times with people say, what does that say? Or, unfortunately, the SS, if they're Jewish, they think that's another meaning.
Somebody thought it was Secret Service too.
I had a lady ask me the other day.
New Jersey Station is
SS, she says, what's that mean? I said, submarine service. She says, I said, people used to ask me, is it your Secret Service? I said, why would I advertise it? I was
The worst one, my son was driving a car, and he was a Philadelphia rookie cop, and they used to wear a brown uniform with a hat that looks exactly like a Hitler uniform. And the neighbors went ballistic, they all thought, because we had the Hitler youth riding around in the car.
New Jersey State Police uniform used to be, had the high boots.
Right, discontinued for the same reason.
Yes. New Jersey Eagle Scout, nothing, correct?
Nothing.
All right. Anything else under committee reports? Thank you, sirs. Old business, again, need a volunteer for chaplain. Somebody takes over commander, I'll be glad to be chaplain. Wawa fundraiser, I've got 2 books, tickets left. They're $5. You want? Okay, I'll take care of it. And I'd like to have the authorization to order another 150.
I make a motion to authorize them to
Cause we put $600 out, we got 900 back, so.
Now that Jim's spending our money other ways. Yeah, we should, right? Then
You second
hold on
motion?
to them. Yeah, I
I'll
second that.
I'll make the
You
phone
don't
call.
hold on to those very long, right, Bob? They don't last.
Sir?
They don't last, right? I mean,
No, they
They're-
don't expire, not at all. And, I bought a pack this afternoon, and,
Who pays the differential? Paula does?
yes.
Great.
And the thing is, if you go in there and they say you can only do one at a time, okay? I'll take a sandwich here, here's a coupon. Here's another, here's a coupon.
Yeah, you gotta order
Good,
separate.
yes. It cost us $4. We charge $6, and you go in there, and the thing, you can load your sandwich up. It's a shorty, you load your sandwich up, what would normally cost you $7, $8, so, it's good. So, all right, and I will order, my wife will order some more tomorrow.
And you can write your own check.
Sir?
You can still write your own check.
Yes, yes, I can, yes. Jim has a checkbook and I have a checkbook. You know, only when we need it, you know, so. But yes, but I had to make sure that I can do it again. And then as soon as I do, then I send the money in and then we get them back and they're really, really secure how to bring them in. And so, and my granddaughters helped us out because, you know, they get a little, what do you call it? My granddaughter, the senior, she's a freshman, she needed some hours.
Community hours.
Community hours, that's what it is. And so, I said, okay, so she get a little bit of time there.
should hire a cookie girl to sell those waffles. Yeah?
Was she high pressure?
She said she sold 2,000
Yeah.
boxes of cookies.
Yeah.
2,000, 2,000, 2,000 boxes of Girl Scout cookies.
Where are they going to work?
It doesn't matter.
I get them from the teachers at school, so.
I've been avoiding them at ShopRite.
Yeah,
Yeah, you get on your phone when you walk by and do something.
Okay, so I have the authorization on that one, that's good. USS Scholarship Child, anybody who's not familiar with it, the scholarship is for a child or grandchild. So far, we had no applications. You know,
In the whole country?
No, for
Oh,
us.
our base,
Our
our
base,
base.
us. Okay, anything else on the old business? Anybody else want to bring anything up? New business, I don't mean to drag these things out, you know, it's, I tell you, every time, we get a few more people out, we're gonna get a couple speakers. Wayne said, or Glenn said that he's got a person that might be able to talk to us. What's that, your niece?
My daughter,
Your daughter.
she works for the US Navy, has a PhD in acoustic.
And so we, but I'd like to be able to get some people out, get some people in here and put some food out. Because Krista always puts out there, we're gonna have men rats and that. We always had it, but we had more people. And we try and isolate ourselves a little bit from the VFW downstairs. And, I like to have food out again, because maybe we get, maybe the food will bring people in. But at our age, everybody's, oh, I already had dinner.
Well, actually, when we used to have food here, I used to plan my life around that.
So then we had a good cook.
Right. Well, Friday night, I'm gonna eat.
Richie always did it. And,
Beth did it for a long time.
who?
Beth,
Beth and Dave,
used to put out the
Beth and
cold cut
Dave,
spread.
they go in there and they roll it and everything else, and, we used to have 3 people come up from, south base, shore base. And, but everybody's eyesight's not getting any better. We'll try and do what we can, but if we can, because like Glenn said, he can get his daughter out and talk. But I want to have people here, I don't want to be, I'm sorry, embarrassed.
Like when we had the New Jersey here, that was embarrassing. When the New Jersey came here to make a presentation, we had 5 people here
What month was that?
last year or sometime, yeah.
That's scary.
Well, I think our donation made up for it a little bit.
Right.
Well, you know, the energy in this room is more than what I saw 10 years ago when the last time I was here. Because they also had voted that night to go back to 6:30 because so many of us didn't like driving after dark. I drive after dark every night, so I mean, the issues are still the same. But I think the whole world is adjusting to post-COVID. There are a lot fewer people downstairs tonight than there were.
Oh, this is unusual downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's usually packed. That's usually packed.
And loud.
All right, new business, Buffalo Sub-Vet Base is holding a working party for the USS Kroger the week of May 5th. Anybody is interested?
Where's the program?
In Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo.
It's in Buffalo.
Is that Lake Erie?
Yeah, but I used to work for Kodak up there, and it still snows in May.
Between Ontario and I think Ontario, it was here in Buffalo, Buffalo City.
They send a workshop for it when you do the maintenance or something?
You're
I'm not sure, but
we're cleaning villages.
Clean the sand.
Samples.
We're cleaning villages.
Dive the tanks.
Yeah.
Maybe they can come down and fix the lane for us.
All right, anything else? Nothing else? Anybody else have anything for new business?
What was the submarine that used to be in Baltimore?
Still is.
The Torch.
The
Torch. Oh,
I volunteered on the Torch for 18 years, twice a year I was down there with these working.
Is that proof it was missing the heads off the diesels though? So
No.
the engine room seat.
They fixed it. It's interesting.
They exposed that intentionally so people could see what the inside of it looked like. They weren't running, so it didn't matter.
They butchered the sub so you got a stairway down.
Well, they do that to all of them.
Yeah,
They take out the loading
the
hatch.
Razorback, where we just had our reunion.
Bill, do you know Tom Barton? He just passed away a year and a half ago. He was on Teacup also.
Yeah. Volunteered after.
He was on it. He was stationed on it for a bit before he came on the Teacup.
Matter of fact, Cal Moon went down one time when I was down there. Cal and a few other Dave made along with him. There were a few guys on this base that went down. They had to get for 18 years.
They got a bench down at Memorial Park down in Charleston. Patriots Park.
Mhm.
They got one for the Tecumseh, they got one for the Torsk, and it's really nice setup down
But they need to get some more diesel boat sailors. When I was at the Torch, my company has an office in Baltimore, and I always go to the Torch. They have people who've never been on a submarine, who have the most illiterate, screwed up gouge in the world, and make it up as they go along. So at some point before all of these submarines are gone, I think we as a group want to try to get at least something on video or something, because there's something like 40 diesel boats around the country. And there are very few diesel boat sailors left.
When we were on vacation one time, my daughter was about 6 or 7, maybe 5. And we went down to Baltimore, we went on the tour, and I was telling her, and my wife and daughter, this is what happened. I'm going through all the different things. Next thing I got a crowd around me, wait a minute, I'm not a tour guide.
But if you go on the YouTube and look at the guy in Torsk, half the gouge is wrong. It's brutal. People are asking questions, the guy's making up as he goes along. If you have an opportunity to do a reunion, my boat just had a reunion in Little Rock on the Razorback. And
Cal Moon was on the Razorback.
It was the cheapest reunion we've ever had, and the best reunion and best event. 140 people out of approximately 180.
That's
And
nice.
we had a cheap hotel right across the way, walked there. I took an Uber to get there from the airport. It was cheap. I didn't spend $200. I was there for 3.5 days. Their local base had it set up on a barge, and they had it set up just like the VFW down here, lockers full of beer and everything else. It's all self-serve. We had the best time ever. Tables,
Do you get the American Submariner?
yes. But I looked at it, we were going, who the hell wants to go to Little Rock? Why are we going to Little Rock? And it's a local subbase to raise money.
That's Cal's boat.
Cat's Cal's boat.
Pearl Harbor Club too there.
That's
And it's
our
all well maintained by volunteers, and, you know, it's open 24 hours a day to submarines.
100-year-old guy I was telling you about
Yes.
downstairs. He was on the Razorback, and he was there in Japan in harbor
Really?
when the Japanese surrendered, yes.
She got me 3, so she got the 25 glass.
But yeah, Doc Moon was there. He was on it.
If you're traveling and just driving, it's worth the side trip. It's actually worth the side trip.
That's where you qualify, blues on streets, yeah.
It's a chapter just like this one. They don't put big money into it, and yet they've drawn all sorts of people. It's to me, I said, who the hell wants to go? Why would I go? Best reunion ever.
Okay, we're gonna move on. Sea stories, anyone have a sea story that you'd like to bring up? If not, we're gonna go closing prayer. General purpose sheet. Uncover. Closing prayer. Grant us, O Lord,
that as Americans and suffering veterans, we may continue to help our fellow veterans and those in need. We thank you for the people assembled here and pray you will bless us in the many works. Be with us, we pray. Amen.
Bob, you start to watch your ears, gentlemen. Thank you everyone for coming out, I appreciate it. And our next meeting is going to be March 28th.
7-year Easter or Good Friday or anything like that?
And they stopped the.
Oh, it's always changed.
Going on between the March.
You must have a good wife, that's a lot.
I used to play with my son when I was little, and he was a blast.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you guys.
Did he win? Oh, yeah. Better than Jim.
He mentioned somebody.
What's the last name?
It's a low. You know George Burkett?
No.
He was watching us.
No, I didn't.
Jim,
Neil Collier.
I've got a check for you